I am a FNAF fan, in case it wasn't obvious. But how well do I really know my FNAF lore? That is what we will be figuring out today. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and let's get started with this quiz. First question, who was the first MCI child to be killed? MCI stands for Missing Children's Incident. That would be Susie, who goes on to possess Chica. Okay, I guess we got it right. I don't know if, I guess it just doesn't show us whether we got it right or wrong. We'll see by the end. Did Mangle do the bite of 83? That is false. A lot of people think that Mangle did the bite of 87. I personally don't really think that, but it is widely agreed upon, but definitely not the bite of 83. Who burnt down the FNAF 6 location? That was in fact Henry Emily. He had the most badass speech of all. Who killed the children? The crying child killed the children. No, it was William Afton. What two animatronics are not on stage in FNAF 1? Two animatronics, so I guess we get to choose two this time around. Definitely Foxy was not on stage. He was in the Pirate's Cove. And Golden Freddy is also not. In Security Breach, who do we play as? We play as Gabriel, obviously. I'm just kidding, we play as Gregory. What happens when you turn off the lights in the daycare in Security Breach? Moondrop takes over Sun and tries to kill you. Sundrop gets really mad and tries to kill you. Nothing or Sun gets mad. I do think Moondrop takes control. Although, I thought it was just Moon and Sun. I thought Sundrop and Moondrop, that's just the name of like the candies they're based, like the candies that they have. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Who is Gregory? Just a theory. We do believe that Gregory is a robot meant to recreate the crying child. That is what I personally believe. I know it's a little bit controversial, but come on, the evidence is there. Who haunts the puppet, aka the marionette? The marionette is haunted by Charlie Emily. What was Chica's name before she died? She was Susie. Susie, because she was the first one to die and Susie was the first to die. Who was the victim of the bite or 87? I think that's meant to say of. Little bit of a spelling error, but that's alright. I ain't no literary magician myself. The victim of the bite of 87 is Jeremy Fitzgerald, who I believe could be the father of Cassie. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking. That's my theory. Make sure to go check out that theory. Little thing up in the corner. I hope I'm pointing to the right one. Little thing popping up in the corner. Go check out my theory. Who is Vanny? Vanny is not an animatronic under the control of Glitchtrap. Vanessa under the control of Glitchtrap. That is correct. Vanessa's twin sister. I've seen that going around. It could be possible, but I doubt it. Vanny is not real. She's pretty real. Some weirdo dressed up as Bonnie. It's just some crazy fan who wants to cosplay. No, it is Vanessa under the control of Glitchtrap. Who haunts Circus Baby? Circus Baby is haunted by Elizabeth Afton. Who takes your batteries in FNAF 2? That is none other than Balloon Boy. That little fucking Balloon Boy. Fuck Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy a little bitch. What version of William is in Security Breach? We do in fact see Burn Trap. We do not see Scrap Trap, Spring Bonnie, or he isn't in Security Breach. Although some may argue that Burn Trap isn't even William Afton though. Some may argue maybe that's just the mimic. But for the sake of the question, I'm going to assume that Burn Trap is the right answer. Does Baby help you in Sister Location? Baby, she is helping you at first, but then she tricks you, makes you get scooped. Who comes back in Security Breach Ruin from Pizzeria Simulator? None other than nobody. Neo Nobody. Who comes back in Security Breach Ruin from Pizzeria Simulator? I thought it was gonna be Candy Cadet. I thought Candy Cadet was gonna be the answer, but I guess Helpy does come back. Helpy's in like Cassie's brain and all that. Bonnie. Yes, Bonnie is in Ruin. Glamrock Bonnie is in Ruin, but that's not the same Bonnie as in FNAF 6. He's definitely not in Ruin, so I'm gonna go with Helpy. I'm going with Helpy. What two? Should have been Candy Cadet though. That should have been Candy Cadet. What two animatronics have a top hat in FNAF 1? I know Freddy has one, and Golden Freddy is just a reskin of normal Freddy. So I bet Golden Freddy and Freddy. Which animatronics does not have a Phantom variant? Chica definitely has one. Freddy, I remember Withered Freddy has one. I don't know about normal Freddy. No, Withered Freddy looks kind of like normal Freddy in FNAF VR, so I'd say that counts. No, Bonnie does not have one, because instead we have Springtrap as the bunny for FNAF 3. In FNAF 2, are the toy animatronics haunted? They are... Some would say so, some would say not. The excuse we get by Phone Guy specifically is that they have like hardware that detects like a predator, and like we're apparently like we look like William Afton apparently. That doesn't explain why Jeremy was being attacked though, whenever it's Jeremy and not Michael in FNAF 2. I'ma say no. I'ma say it's just faulty like tech, I'd say. In sister location, we play as Michael. We do in fact play as Michael. Is Vanessa in the FNAF movie? Vanessa is absolutely in the FNAF movie. Amazing character. All the people in the FNAF movie were just so good. In FNAF 3, what version of William is in the game? William is not Scraptrap, Springtrap in FNAF 3. Yeah, that's the first time we see Springtrap. And people, you thought it was like Sparky and stuff in the teasers. It was wild. Who do we play as in FNAF 2? It depends. There's literally two people we play as in FNAF 2. We start off as Jeremy, and like for the first like 5 or 6 nights we play as Jeremy, and then it goes to Michael afterwards. So I'm gonna say Jeremy, because it's mostly Jeremy. Last question. What was Golden Freddy before he got withered? Fredbear, I'd assume? I guess so? 96%. Does it tell me which question I got wrong? I'm wondering if the question I got wrong was who we're playing as in FNAF 2. Because that one was, you could only pick one answer. Both of those answers were right though. It was either Michael or Jeremy, because you play as both of them, right? Are you a true FNAF fan? Let's find out if I'm a true FNAF fan or not. Question 1 out of 15. What TV show plays after each night in sister location? Well, that is The Mortal and the Restless. Fredbear and Friends, that is FNAF 4. That's not even the name of it right there. Which animatronics kill Phone Guy? Phone Guy is killed. You sort of hear a lot of different like sound effects as Phone Guy is dying, but the main sound effect you hear at the very end is Golden Freddy's jump scare. What was Golden Freddy's name from the FNAF 1 files? Yellow Bear. It was actually the YouTubers that ended up calling him Golden Freddy. I guess it just sounded better for thumbnails, but it was actually Yellow Bear in the files. Why does Foxy run in FNAF 1? He died running, he likes running, or he likes to scare security guards running. I do believe Foxy likes to scare security guards running, although I do believe for some weird reason, I don't really know why, but it seems like a big part of the community has come to this consistent whatever you want to call it, that Fritz died running away or something. I guess. What is the rumored secret animatronic in FNAF 1? Sparky the dog was a little rumor going around. Wolf the dog, that's not even a... That doesn't make sense. Candy the cat, that is from a fan game, which is really good. I actually really like. I'm a big fan of Candy's. So, but it's definitely Sparky the dog. He's actually in the movie, though. He is He is in the movie, which is really cool. What is the name of William Afton's daughter in the games? William Afton's daughter. In the movie, it's Vanessa, but in the games, it is Elizabeth. Although Emily, I guess that's that's the last name. That's Charlie's last name. I do wonder though. Hear me out. We know for sure that Vanessa changed her name in the FNAF movie, and so because her last name isn't Afton whenever she speaks to Michael for the first time. So what if she also changed her first name? What if she changed her first name to Vanessa, but whenever she was born, what if she was actually Elizabeth? You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be a cool reveal if her real name was Elizabeth Afton, but later she changed it to Vanessa, insert last name here? Because she definitely changed her name. But by the time the FNAF movie began, she has got a name change. Who is the in-universe developers of Help Wanted? I don't know about Steelwool Studios. That's the real-life developers. Afton Robotics LLC, that is Afton's company, but because it's Afton's company, people that shouldn't exist anymore. Afton's dead. Silver Parasol Games. I kind of want to say it's Silver Parasol Games. Kind of want to say it's that, just because I feel like it's a little rift off of Steel Wool Studios, and that seems to be. I'm not too sure with this question, but that's what I'm going with. What was the first pizzeria called? The first pizzeria seems to be Fredbear's Family Diner. Fredbear's Pizzeria and Fredbear and Friends, that's the name of the TV show. Fredbear's Pizzeria, that's later on. So Fredbear's Family Diner, that's the first. It was the first one. Who caused the bite of 83? Not Mangle. Not Spring Bonnie, definitely Fredbear. What are the nightmarish incarnations of the puppet, Shadow Freddy, and Golden Freddy? The puppet is Nightmarionette, so not Nightmare Puppet, not Nightmarion, or maybe Nightmarion if they're wanting to make it shorter than Nightmarionette. Shadow Freddy doesn't have a Nightmare version, unless if they're just talking about just Nightmare. Golden Freddy is Nightmare Fredbear. So it's either this one or this one. I kind of think it's this one. I know Nightmarion may be a shorter version of Nightmarionette, but I don't think definitely not Nightmare Shadow. That's definitely not a character in FNAF 4, unless if this question is referring to like a fan-made design or something, but I'm gonna say this one. What color's Fredbear hat / bow tie? Fredbear, I believe, has a pink hat, right? And so I guess that also makes it, since it's only one option. Oh, purple, not pink. I meant to say purple, sorry. And so I assume the tie is the same color. So purple tie. Which of these is one thing you have to do to get a good ending? Seal a vent, complete the end of night minigames, tap keys on an arcade machine. I do believe to get the good ending in security. Wait, to tap keys on an arcade machine. Is that referring to FNAF 3? My memory's a bit phasey, whatever you want to call it, hazy, on how to get the ending for FNAF 3 specifically. I do believe to get the ending in FNAF 3 you have to do minigames, so I know that for a fact, so I'd assume it is this one. Is FNAF a racing game? It is not, although there is a very cool fan game about FNAF racing, which is really dope. And I have not played it, but it still looks cool. What song does Freddy sing while you run out of power? It's the Torador March, right? Isn't it the Torador March? I remember what the song is. It's just a matter of remembering what it's called, you know? How many nights are there in FNAF 1 and 2? Does it mean 1 and 2 combined? Or does it mean just like each? 12 is 6 plus 6, so that would probably be inferring that FNAFs 1 and 2 only have 6 nights each. Which is not the case. They both have 7 nights each if you include custom night. So I'm gonna go with 7. I'm gonna say 7. I got a 93. I really wish you could see which ones you got wrong. Both of them. I've only gotten a single question wrong. Well, I did pretty excellent. Let's go ahead and test out our knowledge one more time. Let's pick the next one here. Ooh, this one has images. Final quiz. Here we go. Who fell victim to the bite of 83 that was the crying child? We're gonna speedrun this. We speedrun this. Okay, who was the first MCI kid? We already answered this before. It was Susie. Who is the vengeful spirit? That is Cassidy. Who is Glitch Trap theorized to be? Cassie. It is definitely Cassie. Cassie, Glitch Trap all along. Boom. Lore solved. This is a weird one. This is a really weird one. Because it's all of these, right? Besides Cassie, it's all of these. William Afton, some people think that's William Afton's spirit. Some people think that's William Afton's digital consciousness, which is essentially the same thing. Me personally, I do believe that it is the Mimic, so I'm just gonna go with that. What does Vanny stand for? Vanny stands, ooh, it stands for the Mimic, obviously. The Mimic. Virtual Augmented Neural Network Interrogation. I don't know if it's interrogation. Varying actual new noble intellectual. I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one. That one has the most like big boy words in it. Who is Gregory? Gregory is some random kid. He's Gregory. I think Gregory is in fact Gregory. The crying child in 2035. In a way, I can see how Gregory is the crying child in 2035. He's a robot version of the crying child in the year 2035. But GGY, read the books. Yeah, I do believe Gregory is in fact GGY. I do think this one's technically has some like truth in it, and so does this one, technically speaking. But I guess this one would be the right answer, right? Who'd we play as in Security Breach Ruin? Obviously, we play as Vanessa. Come on now. No, I'm just kidding. We play in as Cassie. Cassie's story in Ruin is so sad. She didn't do nothing wrong, but she still gets, like, we still don't even know her fate by the end. It's sad, man. That is, I will say really quickly before we continue on with this quiz, that is one thing I really admire about the brand new FNAF games and Steel Wool's take on FNAF. It's the fact that not everybody's immediately dying. We actually get to know and like the characters before we figure out what their fate is, you know? Like, beforehand, with the old FNAF lore, like, we only knew about half the characters after the fact that they were dead. But like with this new one with Gregory and Vanessa and Cassie and all that stuff, like we're getting to know those characters, we're getting to like those characters, we're getting to have a connection with all those characters. And so now if they do end up kicking the bucket by the end of this franchise, I will be shedding a few tears because you get to know and you get to love the characters, and that is one thing I really like about Steel Wool's take on these games. It seems like everybody's beginning to really get their own personality, or the humans are at least are beginning to have a bigger role, which I am quite the fan of. Who causes the FNAF 6 fire? It is the Mimic. The Mimic was there all along. He burned that shit down. Now it was Henry Emily. Who possesses Circus Baby? Circus Baby is possessed by Elizabeth Afton. I believe we already did this one as well. Who is in the Vanny suit in Security Breach? It is obviously Vanny. I'm just kidding. It's your sister, No, I don't even have a sister. It is Vanessa. How many years is William Afton trapped in the back room in Spring Bonnie suit? I do believe that it is 30 years, if I remember correctly. Let me review. Definitely not 500 years, and I feel like 20 years and 10 years are too short. So I'm gonna say 30. I'm gonna say it was 30. When does FNAF 1 take place? FNAF 1, definitely not 1692. Definitely not that one either. Okay, so this one's actually really obvious. The rest, okay, that one's easy. Who possesses the withered animatronics? The withered animatronics, not Jeremy. Unless if you have your own like original theory about that, but I do not believe that. I actually believe Jeremy goes on to possess what is it, Maskbot from Ruin, because I believe Jeremy's Cassie's dad. But we'll see how true that is. We'll see if I'm right or not in the upcoming, and who knows how long. But eventually I'm gonna be like, I was right, or I'll be like, oh, I was wrong. But we'll see. Missing children's kids. Yes, it is actually the MCI kids, because they're also possessing the FNAF 1 animatronics, and the Wizards go on to be repurposed as the FNAF 1 animatronics. So, yeah. Okay, I love that Markiplier's here. Markiplier is staring in shock, in complete shock at these questions. He is shocked about the amount of questions I'm getting right. Thank you so much for your support, Markiplier. I love you, man. Who got kicked out of Innard? It was Circus Baby, right? So Elizabeth Afton / Circus Baby. Who possesses the puppet? I remember watching Matt Pat's old theory when I was like really young, and I saw, and he like made the case about like the same, like they both have stripes on them, so it's the crying child possesses the puppet. And for the longest time I believed that, but no, I have now come to my senses. It is obviously Cassidy that has possessed the puppet. I'm just kidding. It is obviously Charlie Emily, whatever you want to call her. That's the one possessing the puppet. Are you kidding? You smell that? Because I smell a whole hell of a lot of complete bullshit. There's no way. I got one question wrong on every single one of these quizzes that I did. There is no way. William Afton. Why the fuck does it say William Afton? William Afton. William Afton made his own account on whatever website this is. There's no way. I missed one question on every single one. I wonder what it is. I feel like I do know the FNAF lore really well. It's just the reason I keep on missing a few here and there is because the FNAF lore at the end of the day is objective. These quizzes, it's like, okay, something's either 100% right or it's 100% wrong. There's no really in between with a quiz that's multiple choice like this. But the FNAF lore isn't like that. The FNAF lore is more of like wider percentages. Like, not everybody believes that Gregory's a robot. Not everybody believes that Glitchtrap is the Mimic. And that is one of the beauties, I do believe, of the FNAF lore in general, is just how much of it can just be your own personal story, your own headcanon that you can develop over time. And it's really a beautiful thing about this franchise, something that I personally really love and cherish about it. But because of that, it may seem that the FNAF lore specifically is a bit hard to adapt into like a quiz, you know? If it were to give me a question where it says, who did the Bite of 87? Would I be answering Mangle, because that's what most people believe, who most people believe did the Bite of 87? Or should I answer Toy Chica, because that's my personal thoughts on who I think did the Bite of 87, you know? But that's okay. I'd say even with that little hiccup, just with this concept in general, I still managed to get pretty excellent scores with all 3 of the tests. That was a lot of fun. It was really cool. I'm very interested. I want to see which ones I did wrong, but I really don't know how to check that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy. I love each and every single one of you, and I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye!